Welcome back to Cutting Edge. Today we will try another delicious Italian recipe, chicken marsala.
But I'm gonna make it chicken marsala 2.0.
What do you mean? What happened to 1.0?
I made some upgrades, I got some inspiration, you'll see.
Lucky me.
Here we have 8 large chicken breasts, 2 kilos in total, that we are going to inject with our meat injector with saltwater brine. I have half a liter here with 1 heaping tablespoon of rock salt. And if you don't have one of these in your kitchen, you really need to get one. It does magic to chicken, to turkey, pork. Really good.
Yeah, even if you want to cook just indoors in your conventional oven, you will see tenderness and juiciness that you won't believe. Just get one.
That's absolutely true. And when we have done the last one here, then we're going to take the remainder of the water and pour it over. And then we're going to cover them and leave them for an hour and a half at least. Now it's time to start our fire. I like to use a chimney starter to start my barbecues. It's very efficient. It takes 15 minutes and you're ready to go. I have it here half filled with olive pip briquettes. I have 2 tumbleweeds here on the ground. I'm going to light up and just place it over, and then it will be ready in 15 minutes. I like to use olive pip briquettes because they have very high calorific value, so they're very efficient for smokers. They burn a very long time. I have my coal basket here filled up with briquettes on the brim like this. This is called the minion method. So when the chimney starter is ready, we're going to dump that in the middle, and then the other briquettes, they will slowly ignite during the cook, and that's how you can keep your smoker going for a very long time. If we were doing a longer cook, I would have it filled with double the amount that I have here, but today is relatively short. Our chimney starter is ready. You see the flames coming up. Now we dump it in the middle, like this. And then I'm going to open up my vents, my bottom vents, to about half. And then I'll adjust them later. I'm going to close up my barbecue. I have here, the first set here, I have a planka as a heat deflector. That's a 6 millimeter thick steel plate. Some smokers, they have a water pan here, but I'm not a big fan of water pans because they tend to reduce the smoke flavor you get. So here, close it up. The second part on top. And finally, the top lid. And here, I will open the vents fully and keep them fully open during the whole cook. I only use the bottom vents to adjust the temperature. We reached our temperature. I'm running out 105 degrees. I want to cook this at relatively low temperatures. So now I'll close down the vents to just so they are a smidge open, like maybe you can see it here in front. Just like that, just a little bit. That's enough air to keep around 100 degrees. And then I have a thermometer here under the grill grate. Never trust the dome thermometer. It doesn't give the correct reading. I'm running at 107 right now, and this one shows 80, so don't trust those. Let's get our chicken on. And now I'm going to close this up, and then I'm going to add some smoke wood to our briquettes. I have here 2 chunks of apple wood that I'm going to put in the middle of my charcoal to get some nice smoke flavor on our chicken. We want to cook it here till we reach internal maximum 55 degrees. We will cook the rest on the stovetop. We've spent an hour on the smoker now, running steady at 101.
Mad skills.
Yeah, I want to see you do that. Let's check the temperature here, see where we are. 52, 53, 54, 55 actually. Perfect, 54. That's where I want to take them off, so we can cook the rest, as I said, on the stovetop. We want to close up the smoker again, and then we're going to close the vents, because then the briquettes they will go out and I can reignite them for the next cook. So I save some fuel. Thanks to Sip and Feast, we have here our special ingredient, prosciutto. There is a link to his videos down below, by the way. He makes some really amazing stuff, so check it out.
Okay, that ingredient, we didn't have it in our first version. I give you that.
Absolutely not. We asked the deli to cut out prosciutto, let's say maybe a centimeter thick like this. Now we're gonna make it into strips, and after we're gonna cube it into small cubes, like you would guanciale or pancetta for carbonara. Basically the same procedure. Cut it like this. And then we want to cube them like this, a little bit thinner than we did the strips. And these, once fried, they will add a lot of flavor to this dish.
We can only thank the Italians for the good food.
True. Time to move on with our sauce. I have here a large cast iron skillet, cold, and we're going to add a little bit of avocado oil and our prosciutto. And then we're going to start it up on medium-low. Check. There we go. We want to use a cold pan from the beginning so that we render out the fat from the prosciutto slowly. When our prosciutto has crispened up like this, it's time to get them out of the pot. Just going to scoop them out here. And we're going to crank up the heat so our pot gets screaming hot. I'm going to add some more oil now because we're going to fry our chicken. And actually I'm using avocado oil because it has a high smoke point. If you were using olive oil or another vegetable oil, it would get bitter and it would burn. I think I want a little bit more here. That looks good. And now we want to get some crust on our chicken breast. Do this in batches so we don't crowd the pot. And leave them there to get a nice brown crust. When you have a nice crust like this, you take off the chicken and then we reduce the temperature, and then we're going to add our mushrooms to the pot for them to fry up. The mushrooms, they have fried up nicely, and you need to allow them to release all their liquids and for that to evaporate so that you get to the point where they look like this. Then we're going to create space in the middle for a minced clove of garlic. And believe it or not, that's 1 clove of garlic. Look at these babies, how big they are. It's amazing. That's Greek garlic for you. Anyway, we just want to fry this for 30 seconds maybe. When the garlic is fragrant, you mix it in with your mushrooms. And once that's mixed together, we're going to take the mushrooms off the pot like that. And then scoop them out. With all the mushrooms out, we are ready to deglaze our pan, and that's where the Marsala wine comes in. I have here probably half a bottle. That sounds about right to me. So we're going to give it half a bottle of Marsala wine to deglaze the pot and take out all that beautiful fond we built up in the bottom. I'm going to help it a little bit here. And then we want to let the alcohol evaporate for a couple of minutes. We add now 1.5 liter of homemade chicken broth and 1.5 liter of heavy cream. It's gonna be super healthy. And then we bring that up to a boil and let it reduce so it thickens up. Once our sauce has reduced and thickened like this, we're ready to reintroduce all our ingredients. Gonna put back our chicken. And here, do not forget all that beautiful liquid left in the pan. You want to keep that in your sauce. That's a lot of flavor there. Then we will put back our prosciutto. And our mushrooms and garlic. I mean, if you could smell this right now, it's already smelling so good. We give that a quick mix. And now we let that simmer until the chicken is fully cooked. Let's give it a taste for salt and pepper. It needs a bit of salt, but be careful. Don't salt it before you have put in the prosciutto, because that carries quite a lot of salt. I would say maybe 2 pinches of salt here, then this would be good. And then I'm going to give it a generous amount of black pepper also. And while we are at it, let's also check the temperature on our chicken. See where we are. (66), 68, that's perfect. We don't want to go any higher than that, because then the chicken will become dry. And by the way, an instant read thermometer, that is an essential kitchen tool. You need to get one.
At last, guys, 4 hours later, we can taste it.
Well, good things takes time.
Yeah, it seems so.
Let's give this a taste here. The chicken is fantastic. I mean, fantastic.
And the sauce, wow, unbelievable.
It's very good. Obviously, you can do this on your stovetop and skip the smoking step.
Yeah, you don't need to go bananas like he does every time. So you can do it in much shorter version.
But such an excellent dish, really worth the effort. You should try this. And click subscribe, give us a like, and let us hear what we should shoot in the next episodes.
Have fun.